Global trade has shaped the world for decades, connecting continents, businesses, and people in ways history has never seen. But today, cracks are appearing in this once unshakable system. Rising nationalism, fractured supply chains, geopolitical rivalries, and economic protectionism are challenging the very foundation of global commerce. Are we witnessing the end of global trade as we know it? Or is the system simply evolving into something new? In this video, we'll explore how global trade began, why it's under threat, and what the future may hold for nations and individuals alike. After World War II, nations sought to prevent another global economic collapse. Institutions like the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, and World Trade Organization were created to regulate trade, encourage economic cooperation, and support post-war recovery. Global trade flourished, lifting millions out of poverty and connecting the world's economies in unprecedented ways. This system allowed smaller nations to access technology, markets, and development funding, giving them a chance to grow economically in ways that would have been impossible alone. The post-war economic boom proved that coordinated international trade could be a powerful engine for prosperity. By the late 20th century, global trade was booming, but tensions began to rise. Countries accused each other of unfair trade practices, subsidies, and currency manipulation. The 2008 global financial crisis exposed how fragile the interconnected system really was. Supply chains had become heavily dependent on a few key countries, particularly China, creating vulnerabilities that could ripple worldwide. The system's reliance on efficiency over resilience became a problem. Any disruption, whether natural disasters, pandemics, or political conflicts, could halt production across multiple continents, showing that prosperity came with significant risks. Nationalism and protectionism are reshaping the world of trade. The U.S. imposed tariffs on Chinese goods, Europe defended its markets, and countries began reshoring critical industries. COVID-19 highlighted the fragility of global supply chains, from medical supplies to microchips. Suddenly, nations realized that dependence on foreign production could threaten national security. Economic nationalism has become a global trend. Leaders now prioritize self-sufficiency and secure alliances, often favoring political trust over purely economic logic. This shift represents a dramatic change from the cooperative spirit of the post-World War II trading system. Instead of one global system, nations are forming smaller, regional blocs. Asia relies on RCEP, Europe emphasizes strategic autonomy, and Africa is creating its continental free trade zone. Countries now prioritize allies and regional stability over global integration. While this strategy improves resilience and security, it also fragments the global market. Trade barriers, regional standards, and political conflicts make it more complex for businesses to operate internationally. The world is shifting from global interdependence to regional cooperation. Trade tensions aren't just about numbers and policies. They impact everyday people. Rising prices, scarcity of goods, and inflation affect millions. Businesses face delays, higher costs, and uncertainty, while consumers feel the pinch in daily life. Even high-tech industries reliant on rare materials are forced to rethink production strategies. The transformation of global trade is a story about livelihoods, jobs, and the very fabric of global society. What happens at the macroeconomic level ultimately trickles down to the streets, the factories, and the markets where people live. Global trade isn't ending, it's evolving. The system of universal open trade is giving way to regionalized, security-focused networks. Countries are balancing economic growth with self-reliance and strategic advantage. The next era may be smaller, more controlled, and deeply political. History shows that such transitions create tension, but also open new opportunities. Nations that adapt to these shifts will gain influence and stability, while those that cling to the old system may struggle. The world is entering a phase where economics, politics, and security are inseparable in the trade landscape. The collapse of global trade is not just an economic story. It's a story of politics, power, and people. Cooperation or fragmentation, growth or isolation. The choices made today will shape global commerce for decades. The future of trade will define how nations interact, how businesses thrive, and how ordinary lives are affected. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world.